not that visible enough, but I will be able to read it from my side. So, in the spirit of it, we did an advocacy message. That is the chairperson for the African Union. It won't be a successful advocacy workshop if us ourselves as young people don't come up with an advocacy action. So, like I mentioned, the project was grounded on the menu of possible commitments that which has 5 priority areas on youth engagement in democratic processes. And part of our action that we did with the Ignite African Youth was to draft an advocacy message for action to the African, that is the chairperson of the African Union and the Department of Political Affairs, which is meant to be submitted. So the message is yeah, to the chairperson of the African Union and Departments of Political Affairs, Your Excellency, we, the team behind the Ignite African Youth Project, write to you with a powerful message. Africa's future prosperity and stability hinge on active and meaningful participation of its young people, particularly the young women in democratic governance processes. However, its potential cannot be fully realized without the empowering young people and youth organizations to become effective and crucial of youth organizations as catalysts for positive change. Our project equipped young women and men with political and civic skills needed to effectively advocate for their needs, hold leaders accountable, and contribute meaningful to shaping to their communities and nations. Recognizing that the term youth is not a homogeneous, Your Excellency, provided is to a call of immediate action. Number one is to prioritize youth in governance in Africa. We urgently appeal to you to prioritize the integration of active and engagement youth in governance, recognizing the immense potential as change makers by placing the youth voices at the forefront of decision-making processes. We foster inclusive policies, drive sustainable development, and pave the way of prosperous and equitable future for Africa. Number two, our second call to action is to support African youth in government. We strongly urge you to prioritize and provide robust support for the location. Just a minute. So number two is to our second call to action to support African youth in government. We strongly urge you to prioritize and provide robust support for the inclusion of African youth in government by investing in youth leadership development, promoting both peer-to-peer and intergenerational mentorship programs, and creating opportunities for meaningful participation. We can ensure that the voices of young people are heard, perspectives are valued, and Africa's now youth leaders are actively engaged in shaping in policies that drive the inclusive and sustainable development. Our third call to action is in supporting Africans' youth freedom of expression. We respectfully urge you to prioritize the support of and protection of African youth freedom of expression from a bustling classroom to a bustling streets. Let Africans youth speak their minds by safeguarding their rights to express their thoughts, ideas, and concerns without fear of reprisal. We can foster an environment that encourages open dialogue, empowers young voices, and paves the way for a vibrant and inclusive Africa. Our fourth call to action is promote a culture of African youth political participation. We honestly urge you to prioritize and promote the culture of African youth political participation from the village halls to the halls of power. Let Africans youth break through, nurture a culture of participation, dismantle the systemic biasness, and witness a generation unafraid to dream, unafraid to lead, unafraid to write a future where their voices not only echo, but orchestrate the political continent's transformation. Our fifth call to action is to promote a culture of human rights among African youth. We implore that you prioritize the promotion of a culture of human rights among African youth, invest in youth activism, dismantle discrimination walls, and empower a generation ready to lead by example by providing education, awareness campaigns, and platforms for dialogues. We can empower young individuals to understand, embrace, and advocate for human rights and foster a just and inclusive society in Africa. So those are just five of our call to actions that we did make to the Office of the AFRICOM that we plan to submit into L. So to my last remarks, yet again, we like to thank you, and I can say that these sessions have been officially a success, and to officially call it a wrap, and yet again to once again thank you all. Santeni sana, and it's a wrap. Merci.